I'm gonna start doing expressions now that we're almost 15 minutes over, but it's okay. Doing stuff. It's all prepared. Struggling. Okay. So, here are some heads. We're gonna do expressions.
They all stink.
Yeah, they all excited. It's a reflection of myself. I still have like half of an energy monster. No, I am tired. A monster energy to drink.
There you go.
All right. We don't start with happy. I have notes for this. I'm gonna actually read the notes that I wrote for this. I'm just gonna get rid of the badge notes because I didn't read those at all. Expressions notes. All right. Eye shape, mouth shape, and eyebrow shape is really like the basic components of an expression. There's other factors, but mostly it's going to be the eye shape, the eyebrow shape, and the mouth shape. And also pupils. The pupil position matters. I'm going to give this happy guy a cheek up, like he's smiling. So he's going to have a cheek up like that. That's a happy eye. Give him an actual. He looks scared now.
Eyes are the window to the soul.
Forget the pupil idea. Alright. Give him a nose because he's a dog. And just a quick cheat for mouths in general, can work for expressions or otherwise. I draw a circle for the lips, and then corner of the mouth goes right there. Just make a dot for it, and then connect it. And this guy, I'll flip it, I'm sorry. He's gonna have his mouth slightly open. Actually, you know what? For an open mouth, we're gonna do an open mouth happy. For an open mouth happy, you want the corner of the mouth to be out a little bit, so you have some room to move the jaw. There we go. Happy. So we got this guy. I'm not gonna have time to go over everything. Alright.
So many channel things by watching you do the thing that I can see over there.
Alright. So for happy, we have. I'm gonna have a different color pen. We have a green color pen. Alright. So for eyebrows, they are angled this way. Cheeks are angled that way. Obviously, the smile is going like this. From the front, it would be more of like this kind of situation. Like that. And feel free to ask questions. I will answer any questions. I got 1 hour before they tell me to shut up. So you got like an elongated W in the front. Your nose there. And always bear in mind, more of an anatomy thing than an expression thing, but your jaw does not change shape. Your jaw will not bend. Your jaw will not, flap open like this. Unless you're doing super toony. That's a little different. But more or less, your jaw is going to be static. That's a basic happy. We're going to do sad. I will be honest, I struggle with sad. I am not the best with sad. Give them a nose first. I should have given them noses. I don't know why I didn't give them noses. Give him a lip.
The nose is the window to the soul.
He looks tired. I don't know why I'm so bad with sad. Because normally you do sad like, that, but that just looks wrong to me.
For sad, like, the eyebrows get pushed together, and there's a lot more, like, wrinkles in between.
Yeah. It's gonna be kind of hard to portray from a front view.
From the side, it's more like
Yeah, this works.
Yeah, that works.
He looks sad. I have other examples of sad. His nose looks goofy.
Pull, like, back into, like grimace.
Yeah, you can always do that. My eraser is huge for some reason.
We all struggle with sad.
Yeah. F in chat for those who struggle with sad. So that's like a sad, kind of worried. If you really want to push it, you can add like this little eyelid. So the shape of your eyelid. So for sad, eyelids would be kind of like this, usually with a downcast pupil. And for happy over here, you have a very upbeat, arched eyebrow going up, pupil looking around. And with sad, it's more drawn out. Also ears. I forgot ears. That's a whole other thing. There's not enough room to do a whole lot of ears. So we're going to have mini ears. For happy, ears go up. Pretty easy. For sad, ears go back. Or they droop. Dutchies would have been a good species for this. Happy Dutchies. Surprised. Obviously, eyebrows are going to be up for this. Little pupil. Usually a nice high arched eye.
You owe Griffin 07 a soda, apparently.
Why do I owe Griffin 07 a soda?
Because as soon as you started talking about ears, we're like, ear positioning could probably act.
Yeah, no, I've got notes, I'm just completely ignoring them, and ears are literally like the fourth thing on here, so. So for surprise, or also we're pretending anatomy doesn't exist on these. I hope you all know that. Those eyebrows are to the ceiling. Too high. I don't know. Dogs are doing it better for me than Dutchies. I tried. Alright. Now for mouths open like this, with the lips not pulled back when it's just like an open mouth, there is, still bones here. It's still an open jaw, but rather than it being pulled back in a smile, there's skin covering here. So, mouth is open, but there is skin covering, so you have more of that, little bump. I can draw. I am so good at drawing things. A little scoop, I guess. This little scoop shape from the side. Yeah. Smug. I make a living drawing this expression. Also ears. I'll go over these again once I'm done drawing them. I just wanted to draw them in stream. Yeah, I think I've almost paid off my car drawing this expression. And usually the eyes are shaped like this. That's it. That's my career right there. Alright. Trying to figure out where the corner of the mouth goes is half the work. Just play with it, because the position... Yeah, the position of the mouth, I think maybe it's the eye that I'm not happy with. I'll come back to the eye. There we go. Some of this.
Well, the expression is perfect for like the cockeyed, like one eyebrow up.
Yeah, the whole. Yeah. What's this one? Angry. I also struggle with angry. Because it involves eyebrows and I don't understand them. Also because I draw eyes. Because I draw eyes like really long and tall and it just doesn't go well with angry. So we're gonna... Give me like the rest of the hour.
It depends on how angry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like if you're doing a snarling angry, then yes, the bottom lid would be affected.
Yeah. I have other examples for that.
It's a known fact that when you get angry, your eyebrows turn, like 200 times the size that they already were.
Yes. Angry characters got big eyebrows, man. Have you seen Beto? Got big eyebrows. Alright. I saw a drawing of this looks weird. I saw a drawing of a character that was snarling, and I was like, "Wow, that's a really good way of drawing a snarling character." And I did not save it for reference at all.
Oh no.
Her angry eyes. I'm much better at drawing this one. Okay, this works. There we go. I found a cheat. Mostly closed. There we go. And then really...
Somebody just cut you off track.
There we go. There we go. Angry. Very angry. Ears would be backwards. Like that. And tired. This one's easy because I draw it all the time. Alright.
Tired could be mixed into like any of these expressions. It could be an angry tired, a sad tired, happy tired. It depends on the time. You have people saying angry and angry. Chat.
Sure, that's tired.
That's like running on sleep.
Yeah, it's a really specific kind of tired with those eye bags. Alright. So, go back to this green lining thing that I was doing. So, for smug, I drop the eyes down a little bit. So the eye shape is more like this, with a smile. Sad, it's more like this, with a frown. Surprised is, oops, too close. Nice tall eye. Small pupil. The pupil size also has to do with it. The smaller, if it's small and slit, depending on style, if it's small and slit, usually angry. Like a beady pupil will be crazy or surprised. Sad is usually big. If you're doing like the puppy dog eyes, you draw some puppy dog eyes. You want like the big pupils. Big irises.
Things close to the group. Correct.
Yeah. Puppy dog eyes. Like that. This tiger cracks me up. Also, this one looks like a clown for some reason. I think it's the nose shape.
Hong Kong. Just put a wig on it.
No. Okay. He's a clown. He's tired. He's a tired clown. Alright. If anyone has any questions regarding like a specific expression that they struggle with, let me know. I'm gonna pull up another. Actually, I'll just do that. It's easier. Let me check my notes and see if there's anything specific. Other factors are things like droopy versus spiky. So if you're drawing a surprised or scared character, it's like, oh no, something scared me. It's gonna look different. It's gonna look different as the program's not cooperating with me than if someone was sad. Because in this one, in the sad one, give me big pupils, everything is kind of going down. This is curved down. The eyelids are down. The eyebrows are down. The ends of the mouth are going down. Usually the pupils are going down. Whereas with the surprised one, the eyebrows are going up. The eyes are getting wider, so they are going up. The mouth is opening up. So you want to exaggerate those things if you're going for like a specific expression. Other factors are things like flop. I have a good example, I think. Let me look. For expressions. Okay, here's a good one. This is Io. I draw Io a lot. I draw Io so often that I ran out of ideas for expressions. So she has a lot of different expressions for me that I would not normally draw for other people. So, I'm going to do a quick thing with her. She looks done, aggravated, pissed, if you will. She's got her ears drooped, because she just doesn't care. Her eyes are drooped. Her mouth is drooped. But she does not look sad. Why does she not look sad, you ask? Her eyebrows are up. Her mouth is not too low. Her mouth isn't a super frown, although you can even do that and it still looks... Yeah, her mouth is a little more straight. It's a, more neutral curve. And just the posture of the overall thing. This is just a headshot, but she's not hunched. She's not, leaning over, looking at the ground, etc. So those are all things that can factor into an expression. Close this. Let me see what else we got. I don't draw many sad characters, because as you can imagine, no one really commissions sad characters. I do have one sad picture of my character Tofu. Do I have a sad catchy? Do I? I don't think I've ever drawn a sad catch. Well, yeah, but it's on my laptop. I'm not sure I'll have it. And it's old. So this is a sad tofu. This is a different genre of sad tofu. No, I guess I don't need to. So he's more of a empty sad. He's obviously sad because he's got his teardrops here. He's obviously sad because of the coloring and the mood of the piece. His ears are very flaccid. They're very... Flaccid is a word I'm allowed to use. Don't laugh at me. His ears flop. His eyelids are lax. His mouth is lax. His eyes are staring off into space. And his eyebrows are kind of jelly bean shaped. But they kind of curve inward in like a small, concerned shape. So we've got, mild drooping, mostly straight across. And the position of the pupils, people don't really think about it. But where they're staring into space has a lot to say about a drawing. It's actually a big factor in animation. If you're trying to get a character to look like they're looking at someone across the room or at a 3/4 angle, you gotta know where to put the pupils. So, definitely think about that. Also, his shoulders, this is a full body, I can actually talk about more than just the face. His shoulders are forward. So that posture, and he's kind of leaning forward a little bit. That's the wrong arrow. Leaning forward. So he's kind of forward, he's kind of down. All the arrows are kind of pointing the same direction. His ears are, droopy. The whole thing. And his arms, if you look down at his arms, they're just limply laying on his lap. And things like that. There's another one of Tofu. This is an older one, so old art style. It's still one of my favorites, though. He just looks so done. Alright. Pick up a different color. We'll do red. This one's very long. Everything is straight across, but it can be interpreted as going down, more like toward a center point. His ears are straight back. His posture is very rigid. Very straight. He's looking straight ahead. He's very focused on something that's over here. And he's definitely got that, I am done, I am not happy expression. Eyebrows, obviously, are a big factor. And ears are obviously a big factor. I love his ears. His ears are so expressive. I wish I could have like a pulley system in his fursuit so I could make his ears do stuff. He's also got this little lip. I used to draw characters with a little lip. I should start doing that again. Let me see. Here's another sad one. This one's a little bit different. Doesn't have a mouth. This one's, once again, kind of straight across. There's other things that are drooping down. Once again, shoulders are drooping down. Pupils are looking out. No mouth, so no frown. What?
1,000-yard stare.
Yeah, 1,000-yard stare. You know, despite just the rest of it, even if you were to cut it off right here, you can still tell that it's sad. Sorry, it's microwaved. I can't help that. Also, the backlighting and the lighting helps set the mood for certain expressions. I got the tired eyes, kind of a combination of tired and sad. Here's a cool smug expression. This is still one of my favorite sketches. Alright. So this one, a different color for every drawing. We'll do green. So eyes, looking over here, looking at something over here. We have eyebrows doing this thing, doing that thing. We got a high point here and a lower point here. In hindsight, I probably should have put the corner of this mouth either not visible at all or more there, so that way it's offset. Because this side is pulled up more than this side. Cool, found another layer. Alright, and then this one I was really happy with because it does show pretty clearly that this lip is pulled up. So, you've got some wrinklage in here that shows it, and the teeth showing that shows that this lip is pulled up, and the fact that you can see more of this bottom lip here. You also have squinty, not really squinty, but like closed eyelids, but still not crunched down with, you know, the eyebrows. This one's got a couple of wrinkles here because it is pushed down a little, and this one's pushed up. You can see the difference very subtly, but there are wrinkles here. I don't know, hair's in the way, but there are no wrinkles over here because this one is pulled straight up. So think of it kind of like fabric when you're thinking of skin. If you're pushing it together, like crumpling it, it's going to have some folds and some lines. If you're keeping it taut or lifting it up or stretching it, obviously it's not going to have those lines. Also the shape of the head, it's tilted. You know, you can down that way with the head tilted. Looking that way. The ears are pretty neutral. It's kind of like a mid conversation expression, like a mid sentence, which I think is really fun. I don't get enough commissions for stuff like that. This one's cute. I love these. It's really small. I'm so sorry. It's so tiny. I really love these though. Got little pupils, but still very happy. Big ol' happy jelly bean mouth. This may be red. Boop. Now it looks bloody. And then direction of the eyes. Why can't I draw? Direction of the eyes is on the ice cream. So it's no argument as to what the subject is looking at. Tongue out like that. I love those shapes of mouth. I like different toony expressions too. Doing a realistic expression versus a toony expression is going to be kind of two different ballparks. Like, I'll show you this other toony one. This one's big for some reason. I don't know why the other one was so small. This one's like normal size. I love this drawing. I love his face. Yeah, he looks feral. He looks absolutely crazy, and I love it. I like his little feet and how just spread out they are. It's like a cat on catnip, and it's great. Tiny little pupils, which really help to that, you know, that kind of crazy expression. The smaller the pupils, usually the more insane the character. The weird mouth. It's like, it's pulled up in a smile, but it's kind of an open smile. So that kind of leaves it up to interpretation on what kind of expression it is. And then ears are like kind of back, kind of straight up. Which, again, just reminds me of a crazy cat. And then the tail. Tails are also very expressive, but we're focusing on faces today. We could do a whole nother section on tails. Here's a laughing expression right here. I referenced a real fennec for this, so that's partly why it looks so good. Can't really see a whole lot, but we have laughing eyes, which are tricky for some people. They are closed with wrinkles. So we have some wrinkles. You could also put a couple of wrinkles underneath it if you wanted to, but I didn't think it was necessary, especially since the corners of the mouth are up. Since the mouth is open, and we want to make sure that it looks like, you know, there are muscles being used. There are also some squinch lines right here on the ridge of the nose. Squinch lines, yeah. To show that the lips are being pulled up. And also the tongue being pulled back is a good indicator of laugh. Because if it were just flat on the roof of the mouth, it kind of just looks like, ah, like singing. Bringing that tongue, like curving that tongue really does help. Yeah, I was really happy with how the sketch came out. It's a really good expression. And another one of Io looking done. Kind of similar to the tofu one. She's more angry now that I look at her. Like suspicious angry.
Yeah.
Ears are straight back. She's thinking about something. If they were pinned, they would be more like flat on the top with the curve on the bottom. But since they are relaxed, or more so just flopped backwards, they're a little more curved out. They're not rotated around. And she's got that kind of arched posture where she's, you know, pulling her head back this way to look at you. To look disgusted. You know what I mean? Disgusted face. Shut up, program. Every time I try to close my stuff, it asks me if I want to save it. I'm like, no. What else do we got? We got an angry guy here. Some interesting markings. Maybe green for this one. Bigger pen too. So, if I get my color right, we have eyebrows going down. We got lips going up. Basically, with an angry expression, things kind of go in a downward motion toward like the center of the bridge of the nose, kind of right around in here. So you're bringing lips up, eyebrows down, or rather for a snarl, I guess. There's different kinds of angry, but this one's more of a snarl. Pulling a lip down, the small bottom lip. Ears are going backwards. And this guy's got more of a head rotation going that way. I can't get a good color for... I guess blue would have been smarter. I'm not sure, but I can see everything. There's just too many different colors. There we go, you can see that. Right. His head's kind of swinging around to look at something. I know he doesn't have pupils, but he is going this way. Pupilless characters are actually pretty fun to do expressions for. You might think that they'd be more difficult, but they're pretty versatile, because your brain kind of finish the image kind of deal, so you don't have to put as much effort into the emotion that goes into the eyes specifically, because it'll kind of finish itself. It's like a puppy dog-eyed expression. And I liked this guy because he's very round. I think it's supposed to be like a night fairy. I don't remember. But a lot of the stuff on this one is being pulled backwards. I think those are ears. They look like ears. And then obviously that's just part of the character. That's not really an expression, but you got, the eyes going up. A lot is going up. A lot is going back. You got the cheeks being pulled down. There's no giant happy smile being pulled up. So it's a very neutral expression. It's got the head tilted downward, looking at something that is basically right in front of it, right around in here, somewhere in the space in front of it. And that's just kind of a wide-eyed, doe-eyed expression. Let me see what else I've got. Got one more of Tofu, looking surprised, and it is also microwaved, but I can draw over it probably. I'll use a pen for it. So, he's got big open eyes, eyebrows are up, mouth is like a little dot down here. I remember drawing this, the mouth was a pain in my butt. He's got a little hole for a mouth down there, so his, skin is all covering the mouth area. He's just got a little open O for a mouth. Ears are straight up. Just one of my favorite things about him. And he's kind of just frozen in place. His shoulders are up, like he was spooked. He went, oh! And he's just kind of still dropping the seed, but he is not moving. He is frozen. There's a bird on his face. Also, his wings are up. Wings are also expressive. I wish I had more full body examples, but alas, I do not. Alright, well, I believe that is all I have for showing examples. Worthwhile. Let me look through my sketches real quick and see if I got anything cool in there.
No questions.
Huh?
No, there's no more questions.
No questions? This is a cool one. This one was fun. I can do arrows on this one. So this lip is obviously up, showing off these teeth. This lip's a little bit down. Ears are out to the side. And the eyebrows are actually the same, but the eyelids are a little different. So it's got to do with the hat, the shape of the hat, and the pressure of the hat. You can see there's more pressure here, pushing the eyelid down. Eyes are looking somewhere pretty much right in front of him. Got that nice lip flew over the bone. Showing the teeth it can look angry, but it's not always angry. Depends on the shape of the lip. So showing teeth isn't always necessarily an angry thing. I really like how this one came out. Mind the folds and how the lips look. If it were really snarly, it would have been a little bit more like really up. There would be more gum showing. There would be this wouldn't be here. The corner of the mouth would not be there. I wonder if I could change it to look angry. It would be a different expression. To move where the corner of the mouth is. Also, when you move, this is a good point, if you move the lip up, if you were to put it into a snarl, it would move the nose slightly. If you reference pictures of actual dogs, it would move the nose over a little bit, make it distort a little bit. Especially if you look at pictures of pit bulls, sometimes their noses look completely crooked, and it's just the way that their lips are. They're like flexing their lips a certain way and makes their noses look cockeyed. With a cute, silly face. Being cross-eyed, we'll do a quick little lesson on cross-eyes. Once I get everything organized. Alright. So, there is such a thing as being too cross-eyed to be cute. This one, I think, is pretty good. Because it doesn't look painful. Back in the day, I would do cross-eyed characters that, like, they were so cross-eyed, it looked like it hurt. And done in a toony way, it can be nice. But when you're doing it in a realistic way, it starts to look a little funny. You want to bear in mind that there's only so far, there's stuff connecting an eyeball in there. You don't want to move it so far over that, the back of the eyeball would technically be showing, because that's obviously painful. Keeping it on the nose is usually how you want to do it. If it's so cross-eyed that it's like somewhere on the bridge of the nose, it's probably an uncomfortably crossed eye. Tongues, also, for silly faces. I see a lot of times tongues just kind of come out like this. Which is fine for toony, if you're going for toony. This one doesn't have a whole lot of detail. I wonder if I have another one that shows more tongue detail. I'm on my new computer, so I don't have as many examples on here. What newest one? Christmas party? Oh, the Christmas card one. Well, that one's a different style. I don't know. One other thing that I wanted to talk about is characters without mouths. They rely entirely on eyes, and sometimes eyebrows, to express emotion. This is Beakley here. He relies entirely on this shape to express his emotion. Everything else is environmental factors. So he would need to show, you know, with the rest of his body, his expression. Otherwise, someone would not know his expression. And I have a couple characters like that have no mouth, are a little bit tricky to get to be expressive. I love drawing characters without mouths. So let's say we have a fox character that's got like a stitched shut mouth, and he's happy. That's totally a fox. I said no mouth, didn't I? That's about as close to happy as you're going to get without giving him a mouth. You can always do the stylization thing of, you know, give him a little emoji, giving him like a heart. You could similarly do, or dot eyes, you know, also characters with dot eyes that don't have pupils. I love them. I don't know why. Like the button-eyed characters, making them sad. Sad. Making pupils. I do it. Where did I put it? There we go. Alright. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep these, but I'm gonna do a front view of the eyes and the mouth. The eyebrows. It's a bleb. When you struggle for too long, you just give up and do a bleb. That's a basic happy. Sad.
Griffin 07 said, what about if they get pounced or something? Like a fight induced.
Would that be leaning more towards surprise or more toward like agitation? I think. Or like a startle kind of thing. Startled. So if a character, that would be just kind of surprise, I guess, but more like a confused surprise.
Sometimes, like think when people get spooked in a haunted.
I get spooked in museums all the time.
Yes. In a haunted mansion, they kind of like pull their mouth back into a grimace. You're like, the eyes go wide, the eyebrows go up.
That's what I'm drawing right now.
And the mouth gets pulled back.
I accidentally drew Nick Wilde. The closest I'll ever get to drawing Nick Wilde, I think. Not for any bad reason, I just don't draw Nick Wilde. I've never tried to draw a Zootopia style. So, this is about what I would think is kind of just like showing teeth pulled back. I think I got the bottom jaw wrong. I'm so used to drawing so tiny on a screen. Alright, quick breakdown. Once again, eyebrows up, eyes open, eyelids up. The corner of the mouth kind of does like a two-parter. Like the bottom lip goes down, upper lip goes up. This part kind of stays down. And then corner of the lip goes down there. So you're everything goes in a different direction. The eyes go up because they're suddenly awake and aware of something's happened to them. They go to open their mouth, but they're scared, so their jaw is still pretty clenched shut.
If you want to push it more, you just kind of like pull the mouth line back behind the eye.
Well, yeah, you just depends on the style you're going for. Yeah. If you're going super toony, there's a lot more you could do. I don't have any references to do super toony. Let's see if I have any characters I could reference and draw real quick. Actually, I do have one that I could draw. I have one that's got a pretty good example of a scared face. It is a rabbit, I think. Alright, let's draw this guy. He's got big eyes. He's got big old toony eyes. He's got hair up here. He's got 2 bunny ears. Not just one, but 2. He's got some wrinkles on his nose here.
After this one friend also had one.
Once I get this done, I like actually use brain power for this because I'm not used to it. I know. Tongue being out is a good toony version. There we go. There's more of a toony spook face for you. Eyebrows are like way up here. What did Fran have to say?
Fran's question is, what about avians? Is there a trick to it?
Oh, birds. Oh, birds. You basically gotta be okay with having wrong anatomy on birds. I drew a toucan that I really liked. I wonder if I have it separate.
Birds are hard.
I love drawing birds. It sometimes takes me a minute, but God, I love birds.
It's much easier to do like a toony
toucan. Alright. He's a very neutral, happy toucan. But your key for Anthroavians in general is this line. Oops. This line that I can't draw without rotating the screen. That line. And this part of the mouth. This doesn't exist on real birds. At least not like this. And also, you know, the eye shape and the eyebrows. So that's obviously expressive. But in terms of mouth, most of it's going to be right in this little spot right here and the shape around it. Also, if you're really into it, you can change the shape of the beak itself. You know, make it bendy like they do for Looney Tunes and stuff like that. Click that. Let's see if I can draw a bird real quick. We got 3 minutes left, so this is the last thing I'm going to draw. Yeah. Alright. I'll do a bird with a mouth open. So we got this curve up here. Tongue. Open bottom. Looking down. Got some hair. It's a chicken. That's what we're saying. It's a chicken. Alright. So there's a bird expression. Chop off some of the cheek down here. Now it's a happy bird. Alright. Time to draw one more bird. I'll draw an angry bird. Angry birds.
I'll say that, but then get
Yeah. It's a corvid. It's a crow. No, it's a blue jay.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what a blue jay looks like. Yeah. Nondescript avian. I really just totally don't know what a blue jay looks like off the top of my head.
Looking angry bird, just look up eagles and hawks.
Yeah, they
Always
look pretty mad.
Like somebody, like, they just stepped in something, or someone just cut them off in traffic.
I wonder if I could draw a duck. So it's just going to turn into me drawing as many birds as I can in 2 minutes.
What expression is the duck going to have?
I don't know. Laughing. Ducks laugh. It's realistic. Ducks laugh. It's a duck. It does look like a seagull. Shut up.
Duck's got, like, a paddle shape.
I know. It's from the side. Now it's a seagull, because you put the word seagull in my brain. This is all your fault.
Oh, I mean, seagulls would have, like, laughing things.
There we go. He's wearing a hat. Now he's a pelican. Alright. We got 1 minute left.
I love him.
We got 1 minute left, so I'm going to go back to this and do my little signing off bit where I tell you guys where you can find me. I'm FurryFilth on Twitter, at FurryFilth. You can search FurryFilth on FA and find me just fine. I'm on Facebook, also as FurryFilth. On Telegram, I'm Furry_Filth, and I believe on Instagram I'm also Furry_Filth. I think that's all of the socials that I use. I'm mostly active on Facebook and Twitter. If you PM me on there, I have a chat that I can let you join for commissions and such. Yeah. I'm not sure when they're going to cut my stream off here.
Thank you for teaching your way.
You are very welcome. I love doing this. I love doing this a lot. I should do this like every weekend. Alright. Well, thank you everybody for coming to see me. This was so fun. Alright. I hope to hear from everybody. Make sure you follow me. Alright, bye-bye.
Hey y'all, it's Dash. And I just wanted to say thank you for watching and supporting Furry Weekend at Home. If you like this video, you're in luck because we're going to be posting more of them. So do yourself a favor by subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you know when we post brand new videos. And be sure to follow our socials linked in our description below, and I hope you catch us live the next time we're on Twitch at twitch.tv/furryweekend. Can't wait to see you there.